Right now, it's really gotten out of hand with the convergence of every resume looks the same. Everybody's applying en masse, and it's become, very difficult to handle. You're trying to, make a critical decision that's very subjective, and that the lack of objective data, made available on a regular basis as you're trying to screen through everybody. How do
Right.
you, slice through that and get to, the core competency? Hey, maybe they were a strong individual contributor. It doesn't mean they're going to be a good manager. Or, they went to this college. Doesn't mean they're going to come on and ramp up in 2 minutes. I think everybody loves AI, but I think the market is becoming so hypersaturated with tools. It's easy to, blindly follow AI. So I think there's a fine line of you need to have the human element.
Hey, this is William Tincup and Taylor from Testify.
Hey, how's it going, William?
You know what? I'm having a good day. How about yourself?
Hey, I'm doing great. I think I still got a few brain cells to rub together.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
They'll all be gone by about 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, that's where we're headed.
That's too funny. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey, yeah, so I'm Taylor Genderon. I'm currently with Testify. I just recently joined as the head of enterprise sales. I've been working in the assessment space, skills assessment, talent assessments my whole career, the past 10 years. So I'm excited to be here, expose the U.S. market to Testify, and have a lot of great conversations.
So the name is almost self-evident as to what you do, but however, we should probably tell the audience, what does Testify do?
Sure. So, you know how right now it's really gotten out of hand with the convergence of every resume looks the same. Everybody's applying en masse, and it's become, very difficult to handle. We cut into that to kind of pull the signal out of the top of your file. So
Oh,
we
that's
can look
nice.
at skill, we can look at job fit, cognitive ability. And, it's all been built with AI, and it was, built in the last few years. So it's done intentionally rather than having to pull in, a third party tool or try to do it in a non-native way. So it's just a lot more seamless than what you see on the rest of the
I
market.
love it. I love it. What do you feel like the largest challenge or the biggest challenge for recruiting is?
I think it's just the acceleration of mass applicants and being unable to differentiate. So you're trying to, make a critical decision that's very subjective, and that the lack of objective data, made available on a regular basis as you're trying to screen through everybody.
I love that. I love that. So let me ask you a question about talent.
Sure.
What are we getting right or wrong about talent today? Because you have, the firm, y'all have tons of people. What are we getting right? What do you feel like we're getting wrong with talent today?
I think there's just not enough objectivity. And I think a lot of it, you come down to keywords, you go to educational experience, you write a job experience, but that's somewhat of a proxy, and all
Right.
experience is not created equal. So how do
Right.
you, slice through that and get to, the core competency of, hey, maybe they were a strong individual contributor. It doesn't mean they're going to be a good manager. Or, they went to this college. Doesn't mean they're going to come on and ramp up in 2 minutes. So all that, it's difficult to weed through. And,
Yep.
it's been a manual process for
I
most
love
of,
it. So your current thoughts on AI adoption? You deal with, because you're on the
Mhm.
front end, you deal with a lot of prospects, customers. What are they adopting? How are they adopting? And, what's your sense of their love or hate for AI adoption?
Yeah, I think everybody loves AI, but I think the market is becoming so hypersaturated with tools. It's easy to, blindly follow AI. So I think there's a fine line of you need to have the human element. You need to, still look at things, and you need to be able to call it out if there's any kind of issue. So I think it's healthy, as a sales leader, I think it's healthy to use AI to, supplement where you would do things manually in the past. But it's also not a silver bullet either. So I'd apply that, in the same sense to talent. So if you're using it as a screening tool, it's going to cut a lot of the manual effort out of it. But again, it's going to make your life easier. It's going to fast track a lot of the insights that you would have had to go look for in the
Right.
past. So that's where I see it,
So
working well.
when you run low, when your battery runs low, your innovation battery or whatever, and it runs low, how do you recharge?
Gotta get off the screens, man. You gotta get out in nature, touch some grass, talk to some different folks from different backgrounds. I don't think anybody has all the answers, but if you're banging your head against the wall 24/7, you're gonna get stuck.
It's kind of a diminished return. You can sit there
Yeah.
and you can sit there in front of the screen. It's not going to give you
Yeah.
anything back
Yeah, you're on the wrong side of the bell curve after a while. You're
at a
starting to
certain
go down the
point.
slope. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's it. So, last question: what should prospects ask you and ask your sales team about Teslafy?
How can you help us, hire faster, hire more efficiently? How can we reduce early turnover and, improve retention, as well as, what's going on in
It
your
deals with the
L&D?
triangle
Yeah.
of speed, quality, time.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, brother. This has been fantastic. Thank you so much for carving out time for us.
Hey, appreciate you, Tin Cup.
Absolutely.
All right.
And we're out.